I could still smell the burnt fabric in the air. The stench of melted lace and charred satin clung to my skin, suffocating me as I stared at the pile of ashes that once was my dream wedding dress. My heart pounded against my ribs like a drum of war, my hands shaking as I held back the tears threatening to spill over. This was supposed to be the happiest day of my life, and yet here I was, standing in front of a cruel, malicious act of sabotage, one committed by my own mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love juicy stories filled with drama, betrayal, and shocking twists, then you're in for a ride. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because today I'm about to take you on a journey through the nightmare that unfolded the night before my wedding. You won't believe how far some people will go just to ruin someone's happiness. Let me take you back to where it all started. My name is Rachel, and I was madly in love with my fiancé, Jake. We had been together for 5 years, and when he proposed, I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. But there was one problem. His mother and sister hated me. From the very beginning, they saw me as an outsider, someone who didn't belong in their tight-knit family. No matter how hard I tried to win their approval, I was met with cold stares, snide remarks, and backhanded compliments. I should have seen the warning signs when they refused to be involved in any of the wedding planning. My mother-in-law, Margaret, was known for being controlling. She expected Jake to marry someone of her choosing, someone from their social circle, and his sister, Emily. She was the kind of person who believed no woman was ever good enough for her brother. They both made it clear that they didn't support our marriage, but Jake always reassured me that they would come around. Then came the night before the wedding. I had just returned from my bachelorette party, exhausted but excited. The dress was hanging in my room at my parents' house, a delicate masterpiece of silk and lace that I had spent months searching for. It was my dream dress, the one I envisioned myself walking down the aisle in, the one that made me feel like a queen. And then it was gone. The next morning, my mother woke me up with panic in her eyes. "Rachel, your dress!" she cried, pulling me out of bed. I stumbled down the stairs, still half asleep, only to be greeted by the sight of my wedding dress reduced to a pile of ashes in our backyard. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. Who would do something so cruel? My father immediately checked the security cameras we had installed outside the house, and that's when we saw them. Margaret and Emily, sneaking into our backyard in the middle of the night, dousing my dress in lighter fluid and setting it ablaze. They watched as the flames consumed it, laughing as if it was the funniest thing in the world. My hands clenched into fists. I felt sick to my stomach. These women had already made my life miserable, but this was another level of evil. I called Jake immediately, my voice shaking with fury. "Your mother and sister burned my wedding dress!" I spat into the phone, my chest heaving with rage. There was silence on the other end before he finally said, "What? They burned my dress, Jake? We have them on camera." He was silent for a long moment before whispering, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." When Jake arrived at my parents' house, he watched the footage in disbelief. His face paled, his jaw clenched so tightly I thought it might break. "I can't believe this," he muttered under his breath. "Why would they do this?" "You know why, Jake," I snapped. "They don't want us to get married. They've been trying to sabotage me from the start, and now they've taken it too far." Jake ran a hand through his hair, his eyes dark with anger. "I need to talk to them." "Talk to them?" I scoffed. "They committed a crime, Jake. They destroyed my dress, the dress I was supposed to wear when I married you." He sighed, his shoulders sagging. "I know, and I'm so sorry. I'll fix this. I promise." But how do you fix something like this? How do you move past such blatant hatred and disrespect? Jake confronted his mother and sister that same morning, demanding to know why they had done it. And their response? "We were doing you a favor," Margaret said with a smug expression. "That dress was hideous anyway." Emily chimed in. "You were never meant to be a part of our family, Rachel. Now you don't have a dress, and maybe you'll realize that this wedding is a mistake." I was livid. These women had no remorse, no guilt. They truly believed they were justified in their actions. Jake, bless his heart, defended me. "If you think this is going to stop the wedding, you're wrong. If anything, it just shows me exactly the kind of people you are." Margaret's face darkened. "If you marry her, you are dead to us." Jake didn't hesitate. Then I guess I'm dead to you. He turned on his heel and walked out. And just like that, he chose me over them. The wedding went on as planned. My amazing bridesmaids and family scrambled to find a replacement dress, and though it wasn't my original dream gown, it was still beautiful. And the best part? Jake and I stood together, unshaken by the hate thrown our way. That day, I didn't just marry the love of my life. I learned who truly mattered in my life. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who stand by you when the fire burns the brightest. So to anyone out there dealing with toxic in-laws, let this be a lesson. Their bitterness is not your burden to carry. Choose love, choose happiness, and most importantly, choose yourself. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping, real-life tales. And remember, karma always has a way of handling people like this. Until next time.